candidates do most. Good evening, everyone. This is Gil at Camppatton Family Compound, and I got to take something off the top here. Hang on. Let me get it out of there. Oops. All right. Okay. And tonight we have with us Tammy Rebel Canners, as always, and Mark at ChefTech. It's the Monday night Fireside chat, and tonight's topic is canning lamb. And here we go. And let's see. Oh, we got, all right. Let me get it. Okay. So first one in. Man, I get notifications popping up in front of my screen. Get out of there. Stupid Chrome. All right. So Phelan Klein Wolf was first. Troop 1351 was second. Hugo Homestead, CB, was third. Then Crew 1351 came in. Then Mark came in on your side there, Tammy. And then you also have Mathis Mendez and Jeffrey Bear in on your side as well.
Oh, hi.
That's off of Facebook.
Yeah, Jeffrey Bear's off of Facebook. And Geeky Gardens just came in here on my side too. So, all right. So we now got, okay, we still have several lurkers because that put us up to, we got like 3 or 4 lurkers in here. Okay. Well, we had 4 lurkers. They all dropped out because they saw they couldn't comment without subscribing. They were trolls. Angel's Homestead just came in.
Hi, Angel.
I love watching that when I'm doing my morning live. I'll sit there and all of a sudden 5 or 6 of them, the number jumped up. And all, trolls. The bad part about that is it does drop down the views per view. I mean, the time per view, but it does increase the number of views. But yeah. Bear. Okay. All right. He says
Bear Truth.
Yeah. Also known as Bear Truth. Yeah.
Making them
I didn't want to out him.
Moves them from us having to take their stupid comments off.
Yeah. That's what I like about making these, that you have to be a subscriber to comment. Yeah, it's only 5 minutes, but the trolls don't. They're afraid that if they become a subscriber, it's easier to track them. Yeah, and it is too. But yeah,
it is. Yeah.
All righty, folks. So tonight we are talking about lamb, which is probably, as far as livestock goes, is the one meat I've had the least.
Yeah, me too.
It usually the first time I had it was it thanks? It was the Christmas before Chris and I got married, when we were engaged, and we had Christmas. Then we had Christmas morning at my parents' house with all my nieces and nephews and everything, and we went down for Christmas dinner down to Fremont to her parents' house, and they had lamb. And I've heard about lamb chops and stuff like that, but I don't think I ever had it before then. I don't remember. I might have had it when I was a little bitty kid, about 4 or 5 years old, and couldn't remember. But
my mom used to feed us quote unquote lamb when I was growing up. And now I know better. It was mutton. It was old goat or whatever.
Yeah.
Big difference. Old goat tastes better than mutton.
Oh, not old goat. It was old sheep. It was literally. It tasted like a dirty, wet, woolly sweater. That's what it tasted like.
Oh.
It was vile.
Okay. All right. Who here has not seen The Princess Bride?
Maybe.
With Carrie Yules,
like from the 80s.
Yeah, with Carrie Yules as Farm Boy or Wesley or the Dread Pirate Roberts. But Billy Crystal as Miracle Max. And he goes, oh, yeah, true love is the greatest thing, except for maybe a good MLT, mutton, lettuce, and tomato sandwich, and the mutton is just right. he does that. I fell out of the chair laughing every time I see him do that because I know mutton's not good. He must have been doing something to it.
That's why you have to put
on your side, Tammy.
That's why you got to put mint jelly on it because it tastes so bad. You got to cover it up.
There's not enough mint to cover up the taste of mutton, but I do like lamb. I love lamb.
Yeah. And so, so mutton is an old sheep or ram that's all right. We need to get rid of this one, so we're going to take it and get rid of it and process it. And it's like there has got to be some ancient, secret, medieval form recipe and treatment process to make it better.
Palatable.
I know what that recipe was. I know what the recipe was, why they all ate it. It was called starvation. It makes everything seem like it works.
I'll eat it.
That was the key. There, they were all starving.
Yeah, because the only thing I can think of for mutton, because I've heard everybody, Broussard's Homestead talk about it once. Some of the other Homestead ones talking about, oh, mutton's nasty. You don't want to if you're going to have a sheep that gets old, don't worry about. Just get rid of it. Don't even do it.
Yeah, feed it. You can cook and feed it to the dog.
Yeah, maybe.
I've even tried the tricks I do with venison, where you like cook it in tomato sauce to make it less gamey. And I'd rather eat old goat.
Because I know what they one of the big things for cooking it was that big, huge cast iron pot that they used to cook in all the time back then. I'm not sure, if it sat in there and cooked all friggin' day and night or whatever, and with a whole bunch of pepper and stuff, and a lot of pepper they just discovered, and all the other stuff in there might make it more palatable.
I made it more palatable, but it still tasted like a wet sweater.
With mold. Not wrong. He's not wrong.
First time I actually ate lamb and enjoyed it because I was at one of my customers was like a culinary test kitchen, and he had a lot of people come in that were letting him use their equipment. It was all, sous vide, all that stuff, and the guy brought it in. That morning, he brought a bunch of different foods in, and he sous vide lamb chops, and he literally bought them at the Wegmans up the road, and they sous vide them for 8 hours. And when they came out, he had some new grill thing, whatever. So he cooked them on that, and I just happened to be in there at the time. And the chef, he's like, Mark, want to try it? I was like, sure, I'll try anything. I didn't tell him. I told him after the fact. I took a bite. I was like, holy smoke! And it was just salt and pepper on it. That was it. And I was like, wow. And then I told the chef, and he was like, seriously? He's like, you ate mutton. He's like, your mom fed you mutton. I was like, yeah, well, I still don't. That's why I never liked lamb. He's like, well, you like it now? I was like, hell yeah, it's good.
Yeah. See, I went to a local meat market, a very expensive one, and I got lamb. And it said lamb on it. And they were little tiny cuts, and I thought, this is lamb. I cooked it. It was horrid. Wouldn't try it again for 25 years. And then I had a farmer gave me some lamb that was actually a lamb. And oh my gosh, is it good? Lamb is really, really good.
What's the age of a lamb before it's not a lamb anymore with flavor? Like 8 months, 10 months, a year?
That's like 18 months, a year and a half is what I've been told. Okay. But a year and a half is starting to push it more towards the wet sweater than the good stuff.
At least I'm not the only one who calls it a wet sweater.
Yeah. I have never, well, I'm going to call it that forever now. I have never raised sheep to eat. I've raised sheep for their wool, but I never raised them to eat. So I can't really speak to raising lamb, but I'd like to now that I know I like it.
All I know growing up is it tasted really bad. All right, I had to get that in there somewhere.
I almost pushed the remove from.
I was gonna say
back down in the basement for that one.
Just eject me into the ether anytime you see fit.
Now you know what we'd be saying over there on Saturday if CR had said that.
Oh yeah, Bob would have fired him instantly. I'd have fired him.
This may be the only live stream that doesn't make CR hungry.
That's because he's never here half the time. Hey, Howie.
He was here. He was here a year ago for a whole bunch, and he was always, "Oh man, this makes me so hungry," and he stopped coming because we were making him put on weight.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Say hi to Howie. Howie's in the house.
I did say when he posted it on the screen, I waved and smiled.
Oh.
Yeah. Howie is on multiple format. Howie came in on your Facebook, I think it was.
Oh, okay.
Or at least no, he came in. It wasn't Facebook. He was on YouTube, but on the
I'm streaming in 4 different ways right now. So
the up and down one. Yeah.
I got it all
there
covered.
Call me Sofa Chef. I'm the Sofa Raccoon Chef. There you go.
But I do have one video on canning lamb. I did lamb, and the lamb that was given to me, I had so much that I canned lamb stew. So I do have some, like a pot roast, and that's my only lamb canning video.
Now, do you can it with rosemary in it?
Definitely, 100%. Rosemary and garlic are my friend when it comes.
Just not sage.
No sage. And I do have. Oh, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, I do have a mint jelly video in case you want to use mint jelly with your lamb, but I just like it in stew. And somebody said something about shepherd's pie. True shepherd's pie is with lamb, and it's really good. My beef stew makes a great, or lamb stew makes a great shepherd's pie.
Is Gil frozen?
I can't tell.
Yeah, he's frozen.
Oh, there he is. He moved.
He's back. Now you're muted. You're muted. Microphone. He can't hear us. Oh, he's
I know.
yelling
I'm pointing to my ear.
Oh, he's yelling at the grandkids.
Uh,
I don't know if he's talking to us, he'll figure it out sooner or later.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
There we go.
Yeah. So when the video card freezes, to get it out unfrozen, I got to change it from 720 DPI to 840 DPI. And as soon as it does that, it takes out the
sound.
The sound, and I got to put it back in. If I don't catch it, if I catch it quick enough, it'll keep it. But if I catch it too late, it's like, it's
time for an upgrade.
Fun stuff.
Yeah. Time to get a better desktop or something here. But yeah. Anyways, let's see what we got here. Some comments. What'd Sandy say that made everyone say nice? Oh, she puts it on turkey.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a hard no for me. I just don't like mint jelly, probably because I equate it to wet sweaters.
And Prepper 101's in the house. Yeah, the first time I had lamb chops at Christmas dinner was, how do I say this without being disrespectful?
Well, you think you told us already? You had it at the Christmas tree with your new wife and all your. Yeah, you already told us.
Yeah. But being I'm saying it was not the best lamb done. And on the road home, my wife is saying, "Yeah, my mom doesn't know how to cook it. I can cook it better." So Chris cooked it better the next time I had it, and it was a lot better. It was oven baked, dry.
Yeah, that's because they had that was like pork chops. You got to make sure you cook it to 195 degrees to kill everything. You want to put shoe leather.
Yeah. But
I like pork chops like that. My mom always cooked them. I loved them. They're nice and crunchy. Yeah. You can always get the bone.
But yes, my wife has cooked it. Pan fries it and a little bit differently, and it tastes a lot better.
You got to get a sous vide, dude. Get a sous vide. We'll talk.
Ooh,
Amazed at what you can cook and how it comes out.
Ow. That takes me back when I had my wisdom teeth pulled. I had stitches top and bottom. Stitches on top, bottom was packed with gauze, and yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh.
So what methods of canning lamb are there? Like as what? Stew, chops, just chunks of meat? Tammy, you're on mute.
You can can it just like any other red meat. You can it just like red meat. So anything you do red meat, you can do with lamb.
No special recipes? Come on.
Just my lamb stew. I want to see my lamb stew.
I just had an idea. Thanks to Mark. First, I was thinking, oh, cool. Like any other red meat. Well, then you could take a thing and cut it in circles and drop it in there with in like little hockey pucks to do it. And then I think, well, wait a minute. You got all the extra leftover lamb. Lamb sausage.
Ooh, yes.
I gave you that idea. How the hell did I do that?
You said how to do it, and other ways to can it.
Oh,
and she said, and then her response was eating other red meat, and that just triggered the mind going.
So I'm canning sausages right now in the basement. The little Jimmy Dean sausage patties. We got them on sale. I think we got 6 boxes for $12, something like that. It was like $2 a box. There's 8 in a box, so we're canning those right now.
Cool. And was those already cooked ones, or they're raw?
They were pre-cooked ones.
Pre-cooked. Okay, that's what I picked up. Freeze dry. Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing of Jimmy Dean's that's not, and I think even the link, some of the links are pre-cooked.
Well, it depends on where you buy them. I buy them when I've been buying them at the Mennonite store. They're pre-cooked links and they're cryovac in like 6-packs, and there's like 24 links in a box or something.
Yeah.
And in the turkey sausage or in the pork sausage, and the same with the patties. They're pre-cooked and they're in like little cryovac packs, and yeah, they're small. I mean, I can't really put them on a sandwich. I tried that, didn't work very well. And like a breakfast sandwich.
Put 6 of them in a pint. You can put 6 in a pint jar.
Krabby, I can fit six of those little ones in a half. Did you say half pint jar?
Pint.
I can fit 6 of those
right up to the
little ones in a half pint jar. Yeah.
Well, we're not smashing down.
Nice.
But yeah,
I was just going to look up.
Great sauce.
Yeah. I was going to look up lamb sausage recipes, and this popped up. This is lamb.
Oh yeah.
Spanakopita.
Sausage rolls.
And what's the other Polish? Not Polish.
Yeah.
Greek with the lamb, spanakopita, and some other one with lamb. That's with the phyllo dough.
Moussaka?
And moussaka, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So simple family recipes.
Even like Greek food. I love Greek food.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so there are a lot of recipes out there for.
Of course there is.
Yeah.
If it's a meat, you can make, it doesn't matter what it is, you can make a sausage out of it.
Yeah.
Lamb is extremely popular around the world. We are the ones that don't.
We lost her.
Internet took a poo-poo.
Yeah, the whole internet's acting up right now. All of a sudden it started acting up.
Yeah, mine did. You guys both freeze and do goofy sounds.
Yeah. She had no problems before we went live.
Yep.
And it was about 5-10 minutes into the live, she started doing the thing. So yeah, it's the internet. And Shady Hill Homestead's here now too. But homemade lamb and mint, and so I guess mint is a big thing, and rosemary. Yeah, so and red wine, all sorts of nice recipes. And just about any of these, other than the ones with the bread in it, are cannibal. That sounds wrong. That sounds so wrong.
Or cannibal, yeah.
They're able to be canned. Oh man, I'm good. It's a good thing that Steve isn't here. He would have gone off on something else. Anyway,
sure.
So yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, there, like you said, any way you can can any other meat, you can do it. Now, one thing Tammy didn't say, and I'm positive, since you can make sausage, you can make lamb ground meat. Like
ground lamb. Yeah, you can make lamb burgers. My wife used to do that.
So, and then
the butcher was ground lamb, and sometimes she'd mix a little pork into it, and or beef or whatever, and she'd make her little lamb slider burgers. And
along that line, like Tammy said before, you can like canning hamburgers. You take the lid, you brown it up a little so it shrinks a little bit. Drop it in the jar with the things. Here she comes back in, and and then you can just can the lamb burgers that way. And I know why the United States doesn't do a lot of lamb anymore. They used to do it in the beginning, because when you got across the Mississippi River, do you know all of a sudden all the beef, all the meat production went to cattle? Because when they got across the Mississippi River and down into Texas, they found all those cows that the Spanish let loose that were now called longhorns roaming around down there, and the cattle industry just went kababooey.
Well, there was grazing wars between the shepherds and the cattlemen too that pretty much put the shepherds out of business in the
which just turned out they've realized that the cattlemen back then were stupid. They should have got sheep and rotated them, and would have it when the cattle go through, sheep come behind it, and then by the time they come around and bring the cattle again, it's grown up more than it would have if the sheep hadn't been on it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And so right now there's a 15% tariff on importing lamb, which means that's why I wondered why it almost doubled the price in our local Sam's Club. And even on clearance, even at half off, I can't touch lamb at Sam's right now.
Yeah, because we don't do it here anymore. It's all imported from everywhere else in the world.
It's imported from New Zealand, and I wish we would import from Canada, which is closer, but it's all imported from New Zealand, I think, now that I can find. Anything I can find. Now, I can find local growers, but I'd have to go back to that butcher shop that sold me mutton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The shoot, just lost it there.
Squirrel.
There is I have in town here a guy that raises sheep, and then between here and Shelley, 4 miles up the road, is a farmer that raises sheep, and he rotates it onto he puts them out on the fields where they're going to be doing alfalfa before they do the tilling, because they basically do the round crop circles you see out there where they're doing it. Right. The corners of the fields, they just kind of they till it and try to turn it down and stuff. Well, they get in and let the sheep eat that out, because there's the circle part still bare. They eat out the corners, and that way, as they're tilling, it fertilizes the soil, and they can drag in as they do their plowing and turning and moving around. Some of that moves out to the other field and stuff.
Yeah,
but
the reason he raises sheep not for meat, for wool. So he doesn't want to sell the lambs for meat because he'd rather wait a year or two or whatever and get all the wool off of them every 6 months or however often you shoot.
Actually, he raises them, and when he has a lot of lambs, he for the year or so, and then does half of them, turns them into meat, and then the other half he raises up and sells to people who want to do wool.
Certain ethnic groups want the black sheep and the black goats during certain festival times too. So those are really high in demand, like down in the Dearborn, Michigan area. So I don't know where they get their lamb from. I'd have to look into that. They might have some good lamb.
In the halal stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Dave came in on your side there.
Hi.
Yeah. So there's you know, I was leery about doing this doing this topic, but like you said, you can, if you can do it with red meat, any other red meat, you can do it with lamb.
Yeah.
So yeah,
lamb is really nutritious. It's really
low fat,
low in fat, very healthy. It's a very healthy red meat for you.
Yeah.
And it's very easy to grow sheep. I say this because I have never had sheep other than for wool, but it's very easy to raise sheep.
Yeah.
Sheep are not, goats will try to get out all the time. Sheep are dumb. They will stay put.
Yeah.
So, they're actually one of the easier small livestock to raise. I mean, not everybody has room or pasture for a cow, but you could raise a trio of sheep quite easily and supply enough meat for yourself and a neighbor.
Yeah, you just need a ram and 2 ewes and
keep
them going. Just don't leave them all together all the time. You'll have other problems.
Except where I have a bear and a bobcat in my backyard. That makes it a little more.
Oh, and you're not there all day long to keep an eye on things.
No.
Okay, you just maybe look something up there, Tammy. Number of sheep you can raise per acre typically ranges from 2 to 10, depending on pasture quality, management processes, and sheep breeds. So if you have an acre and you cut it into quarters, so quarter acre ones, and you rotate it, you can have more on there because you're rotating it.
Right.
Yeah, and then they take the whole area down, then you rotate it and they take the whole area down rather than just pick and choose around the areas on a full thing. So yeah.
Yeah.
The common recommendation is 2 sheep per acre for year-round grazing without supplemental feed.
And they do have a more of a cold manure, so as you say, they're fertilizing as they go.
Yeah.
And a lot of places, like I love it. When I went to Bermuda, I was like, what is all this rabbit poop all over the ground? Everywhere we went, they had these great big, huge, the Spanish forts and stuff, and we're walking around on the grass and up on the embankments, and we're walking around. What is all this rabbit and deer poop everywhere? I hadn't seen a rabbit or a deer in the whole island. No, they had sheep, and they would bring them in to the park. They let them loose at night, and they, instead of using a lawnmower, they would use the sheep to cut the grass, and it was very fertilized, incredibly fertilized. But I think we should do a lot more of that here, as opposed to like mowing with gasoline. We should be mowing a lot of these public spaces with sheep.
Oh, but no, we can't let our people walk in the poopies. Oh, it has bacteria and people are going to get sick and die. And the environment. Yeah, anyway.
Only if you're a snowflake.
It's going to cause global poop warming.
Yeah.
Sheep farts.
Oh, shoot. That reminds me. I saw a reel today.
Sheep farts reminded you of something. That's some scary stuff right there.
For greenhouses. And they're talking about to get your plants in your greenhouse growing better, you need to have a carbon dioxide generator in there.
Yeah, CO2. Yeah.
It's called a rabbit, or maybe a couple of chickens.
No, there's a little machine they plug in and produces CO2, so it basically balances the atmosphere out. So all that oxygen the plants are putting off, it offsets it a little bit. And
it's called putting some rabbit cages in your greenhouse.
But the thing was so funny is that the guy doing, he goes, imagine that. They still have CO2 generators for greenhouses, but they're trying to tax everybody for a CO2 car. It was a whole funny thing. But the thing
don't break a greenhouse up to like 1,100 parts per million in CO2, and you can still breathe in there. You're fine. You're not going to die.
Yeah.
And the plants just go insane
Yeah.
And we're down to like 390 parts per million in our normal atmosphere now, which is actually devastating to, I don't know, the world's food supply.
Exactly. But anyway, so they're talking about that. And so I was just thinking, if we put in the big jalapeno we want to in a couple of years, what can we use it? We could put, the sheep aren't targeted for their carbon monoxide or carbon dioxide output like cows are. But I was thinking, I think Cammy's right. I have to either put some the chickens in there or some rabbits in cages or something like that in there to offset it.
Yeah.
Oh. Ba-boom.
Yeah. Yep. That's what what do you think the CO2 generates? It doesn't just make it out of like magic.
I hadn't had a chance to Google it and look at it, see what they have.
And with that, the added moisture that the propane gives off would actually be beneficial.
Yeah. Okay. So, thanks, Dave. Great idea.
Just throw a couple propane heaters in there. I think I mentioned that the other day about that. I mean, throw your CO2, throw your propane, bunch of little buddies in there or something, and just get a wall mount one. Yeah. And you can heat the place year round and give it a ton of CO2 to grow like crazy.
I have a very leaky wood stove I'm putting in there in mine.
There you go.
It's not sealed. It's really old and it's got a lot of leaks, and that's where it's going.
That's a dry heat though. That's different.
It is a dry heat unless you set water on top of it.
Yeah, you put a lot of water on top. Put a water jacket on it so it's boiling all the time.
Well, like on my wood stove here, what I put on top of my wood stove, I got some smaller pots. I got the El Cheapo 4-pack at Harbor Freight, and I got 3 of them sitting on top of my wood stove when I fire it up, so it puts off a lot of moisture.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to be water bath canning in there all the time. So what?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to leave water on the stove for 8 hours and go somewhere. Let me throw some evaporated sweetened condensed milk in there and call it caramel in the morning.
Yeah, there you go.
I thought you were gonna say throw a little basil and garlic and rosemary and make it smell nice.
That too. Hey, I could water bath that lamb for 3.5 hours in there too.
Ooh, yeah. So yeah, interesting thought. I know you can. When I was canning last month. And the gasket on the Presto and the little
safety lock.
You can't see it, but behind the gauge, the little rubber thing with the little metal plug there.
Safety plug.
Yeah. Were leaking. And I had both canners full going. It's like crap. Okay, crack it open, add more hot water to it, and I water bathed it. And did the 3 hours on the water bath for the stuff the meat I was doing, and they all sealed perfect in the water bath.
You're a rebel. What can I say?
Yeah, no, I'm not a rebel. I'm doing it the ancient way. Before they had
you're doing it the ancient way with a rubber gasket.
Yeah. Yeah. Sandy says, unfortunately, her greenhouse isn't heated. The depending how if your greenhouse is getting too, Sandy, you can either get a Mr. Buddy, or you can get the little Buddy, which you can do, which screws onto the little 1 pound ones. But you can get the adapter, put it on a 20-pound one. That way, it runs longer, but it just raises the heat up a little bit.
It depends on the greenhouse, how big it is, and whether it's double wall. If it's single wall greenhouse and it's really cold out, you ain't gonna make a dent in it. Period.
Yeah.
Well, she lives in a warmer climate than us, Mark. So she's fine. And if you do what Gil suggested, you have to put a filter in there, or you'll clog up your Mr. Buddy. Propane is a real dirty gas. You have to have a filter in there if you use more than one of those 1 pound tanks.
The biggest problem with the hooking a Mr. Buddy up to a 20 or 30 pound tank is the hose.
That's what
most of the hoses are
right cheap. I got a 20-foot hose run out to the propane tank outside. A little buddy sitting next to me. I've been running this sucker. I run it all winter long, almost nonstop for the last 5-6 years.
Yeah.
Never put a filter on it. Never. I'm going to say that, and it's going to conk out on me. I am on my last bottle of propane right now. It was a buddy heater hose.
Yeah. That's Mr. Heater makes their hose differently than everybody else's.
Right.
Yeah. Now you can also go to your propane company and they will make you a hose.
Yeah, and that's
and you can get it. You can get it in that is a metal one as opposed to getting a plastic rubber one.
Yeah. Well, see it's not just Mr. Buddy is a rubber hose, but the process in which they make it, they don't use the oil for the type oil they use for a lubricant, and that oil is what really plugs up the Mr. heaters and all the other heaters like that.
You don't need like natural gas. You need black pipe. You don't need black pipe for propane. You can use aluminum pipe, like the convoluted aluminum or brass or copper. Heck, I think you can even use PEX if you wanted to. If you can get it to seal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can go to your local propane distributor, and they will make you one. And they will make it as long as you want. I know this because I just had one made for my. Oh, sorry. I don't know why. I thought you were in Texas.
I was kind of wondering. I thought she was north. But okay.
Yeah.
No, there's another one. Somebody with a similar name that's in Texas. That's why I keep thinking.
Yeah.
You want to heat your greenhouse? You need the double wall. You need to make one greenhouse first, and then erect another greenhouse inside of it, or attach the plastic to the inside of the purlins, so you have an air gap in between inner and outer. Just make sure you leave a small gap at the bottom that can channel all the condensation that will form in between it, so it comes back down into your garden and waters your garden for you.
Yeah. So so we got off on this talking about canning in the greenhouses and put your wood burning stove in the greenhouse.
So you can can the lamb. Now we're eating everything outside. Now it's wintertime. You're hungry. There's nothing to eat. Eat the lamb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I plan on doing some canning in my greenhouse because I can open all the windows in the summer and not have the heat in the house. Yeah. So that's the second reason for having the second wood stove out there.
Yeah. One of the things I did to help for canning in the summertime, so I'm not in the house canning. I got this thing can go outside. This is an indoor-outdoor propane cooktop. Well, I also have an old pilot light lit stove that was in my mom's kitchen that I've turned down the jets by the valves. So it runs on. So it's basically it's a propane oven now instead of a natural gas oven.
Right.
And so and that's sitting right outside the kitchen window that you can't see, which is right back there. So it's sitting right off, just a little bit off to the side, and it's sitting out there.
We can see the windowsill.
Yeah, and so it's sitting out there, and so when we start, when Chris comes up here and is up here, we'll have like 6 burners we can do stuff on to can, and so most likely the stove will get the because I have it saved, the big rectangular water bath canners like the Amish use. Right. I got some of those set that will just fit, covering 2 burners each on the stove.
Cool.
We can. But yeah, the guy in town here said, when I'm ready to have some sheep, he'll sell me some. If I can, I get the I got to get the fencing up around across the street, dividing the property in half, so the one big field can be mowed and done up and rototilled up and seeded with alfalfa and stuff. So sheep can go out there and keep it down. And I'll throw some goats out because the sheep won't eat the thistles, but the goats will eat the thistles because the goats love the thistle. They don't love So you raise goats and sheep together and take care of everything.
Strip that land barren.
Not barren. They will rotate them out there, but yeah, they'll keep the Russian broom and the star thistle down.
What's up, Tammy? You want to say something?
Goats eat above their head. Sheep actually mow.
Yeah.
So goats will eat everything, and the last thing they will eat is the grass. They don't want to bend down their heads to eat, so they're not going to eat the grass until they're starving. That people think, oh, we'll get goats, they'll mow my lawn. No, they won't.
No. They'll try to escape to get to the next door's neighbor and eat his fruit trees.
Yep. So you have to really think about that. If you want lawnmowers, get sheep. If you want everything destroyed, get goats.
Yeah. And it's interesting. I've noticed around, and some of the videos and stuff about it. So sheep graze, goats forage, deer do both.
Yeah.
Deer just eat everything.
Yeah.
Just about.
Yeah, deers won't eat tin cans though. Goats will. Seriously, goats will eat a tin can.
Goat will just eat trash. You leave trash, they just eat it. Speaking of trash.
Cuteness alert. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. So yeah. So if you're going to can stuff, people, and can the lamb, experiment. Have fun with small batches. And
know the source. Know the source. Don't get mutton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Tammy, when you do your lamb stew, do you pre-cook your stew the way you like it, or do you just add the ingredients will work, throw the lamb, everything raw in the jar, and let it cook in the jar?
I actually seared it in a pan with some garlic and rosemary, then threw it in the jar with my raw potatoes, carrots, onions.
Oh, okay.
Made a gravy with the pan searings and threw it back in.
Cool. Yeah. So yeah, but then with all those recipes, where'd it go? I lost it. Yeah, I changed it up. Well, you look for other recipes for different things to do with it, and if you know someone, or if you don't have the attachment to make lamb sausage and stuff, check with other people and stuff. That would be something I'd be worried about in the store, because I know Sam's Club has all these. I mean, there's 2 refrigerator aisle things of chicken sausage and turkey sausages.
To be clear, they don't make their sausage in the stores.
No, I know they don't make it in the store. I know, but they bring it in. They all these different companies that they stock. Stuff. Our Sam's Club. It's all these different ones, and they're prepackaged. They bring it in. But I really haven't looked at. My wife looks at that more than I do. Do they ever have lamb sausage in there in Sam's?
Probably not.
Okay.
No.
They probably have to import it from New Zealand.
Exactly. Everything at Sam's Club that I've found has been imported.
Yeah.
And it all says from New Zealand on it. I mean, they are wonderful. They make great products. Don't get me wrong. I love their lamb.
It's expensive.
But right now with the tariffs, I can't touch it with a 10-foot pole. My wallet would
cheaper to fly to New Zealand just to eat dinner.
Almost.
Yeah.
I think it was $159 for a rack of lamb.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not kidding. I just priced it this week.
Yeah, good imported lamb is always expensive. And now it's all imported because we don't do it here in the States.
Yeah.
So if you have some land folks, you might consider, hey, raising sheep, because the price on sheep is on lamb is going up.
So is the price of gas, and if you get a couple of sheep, you don't have to mow your lawn.
Yeah. So there's it's a win-win. You get lamb chops and lamb stew and everything else, and you can sell some of the lambs as well and offset the cost. Maybe make some profit on it at the same time.
Yep.
All right, so I can't think of anything else to talk about as far as lamb. Can you guys?
I got nothing. That's why I was like, it's the Tammy show tonight, because I got nothing except for I've eaten lamb chops.
As we draw closer to Easter and the other holidays that come close to Easter, the price of lamb will probably go down. So the best time to buy it is right after Easter, when it goes on clearance, because they didn't sell as much as they thought they were going to. So I guess that's the only other thing I can think of is, it's coming up the season to stock up if you get an opportunity to get it on clearance.
Hey, Mark, your friend that works that buys stuff through U.S. Foods, the restaurant guy.
Yep.
Just for laughs and giggles, next time you talk to him, ask him about lamb prices and stuff.
I actually did that a while ago. U.S. Foods doesn't normally, and if they stock lamb, it's like not the best and it's very expensive. Okay. He has another butcher he deals with, and certain times a year he'll buy a lot of lamb, mostly racks, and he'll do lamb chops at the restaurant, and 3 lamb chops is like $35 with the other vegetables and meat and stuff. I mean, it's in a restaurant too. They got to make money.
Yeah.
So people buy it though. They go there just for that. They like that. Certain times a year, Oktoberfest and that. He does all kinds of seasonal, different stuff from different countries and that. And
all right. Okay. Well then, so coming up here, I've got people in here to let them know what's going on.
Chicken wieners.
Tomorrow, so during the weekdays at 11 a.m. Eastern, I'm on Gray Man Prepping. I'm working on my novels, and actually today I wrote a couple of pages on the live because I had to totally change things. I had to rewrite the entire thing. So I got some good comments on it. The tomorrow night for Tactical Tuesday, the topic is bugging in mistakes, aka shelter-in-place mistakes. That's the topic there. Thursday night is the midnight ride. Friday back here is what foods do you need in your pantry. Saturday evening for Survival Saturday is after the Micronova. What are your plans? And next Monday here is canning sauces.
Okay.
I thought we just did that. Maybe not. Okay.
It's been over a year and a half since we did sauces.
Oh, okay. Hey, David Knight just asked, can he can chicken wieners and make Vienna sausages?
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
At least somebody here is watching the questions pop up on the screen.
I saw him do chicken wieners yum, and when I was over here looking at that, the other one popped up.
The thing with that is just make sure that they don't have a lot of fillers, F-I-L-L-E-R-S, fillers, in the meat, because a lot of hot dog and sausages, they put a lot of grain filler, and that will swell, and it's not as good canned as it would be fresh.
Yeah. All right, so that's what's coming up, folks. Hope you enjoyed tonight, and we'll see you here on Camppatton on Friday for what do you need in your pantry, or next Monday for canning sauces, which means I got to get my mom's big fat book on sauces out of the out of the bookcase in there and bring it in here. All right, everyone. Thanks for coming, and we'll see you later. Take care.
Have a good night.
Bye.